Uh, welcome to another episode of Late Night with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. And before I go any further, let me just make sure you guys can hear me. Can you hear me okay? Check, check. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. It's my first time doing one of these in a while, so the equipment might be a little dusty. My memory of how this stuff works might be a little dusty. You let me know. You tell me. Mama AG says loud and clear. The Trump Reaper says I can hear you. Cecile Kazemi is there saying loud and clear. Cindy C. Everybody. Nice to have you guys back. It's good to be back. It's good to be seen. You'll notice that there are some different digs here. There's different scenery. The old brick is no longer, and that is because that room is not air conditioned. They call that a 3-season room. So you'll notice, like when I did the show in the winter, I was usually wearing a hat and I was wearing a jacket and a sweater, because it was cold as hell. And then in the summertime, and this summer, I don't know about you guys, but it's hot. This is like a hot ass summer for me, at least. I don't know about you guys. The art behind me, thank you, Cindy. The art behind me was done by our friend John Lyon. It's beautiful. I love it so much. Let's see. I see Pam Ham here. Bernadette, Sandra from Paramount, California, Veronica Tello, Janet M, Cha is here, Mama AG, Limitless Thinker says, I sound great. I'm glad to hear that. I'll have to listen to the playback later on and see. Fox Hill Dreams is there. The ABX girl, there she is. Tammy Caston, she says, sounds great. So excited to catch me. I'm excited to catch me too, because as you may or may not have heard, if those of you who are just tuning in, this is Brooklyn Dad's first time back after a very long hiatus. There have been some things that have happened. Elaine Prieto, I see you there. Oh, look, wifey is there too. There she is. That damn Karen is here. Welcome, that damn Karen. And Punxsutawney Mo says the beard has grown. Yeah, indeed it has. So some stuff has happened. Those of you who've been with me the whole time are well aware. My dad passed in June, and it was sad. It was sad for many reasons, but I'm glad that my sisters and I are glad that his suffering is at an end. I mean, it was very difficult for him in his final days. I mean, if you can imagine being accustomed to walking around quickly, right? Walking around at your own pace as quickly as you need to get from point A to point B, and then suddenly, somebody clips your wheels and you're at not even at half speed, and that's how he was, and it was rough. But he went with dignity and he went with love. My sisters and I were all around him at that moment. So yeah. So let's see what else is going on. Well, we got indictments. We got a shitload of indictments. We got 4 indictments 91 charges. 91. And I've always said on this show and on Twitter, I've always said that the one that gets me going, the one that really I'm excited about is Fani Willis. And I didn't even realize until last week, one of the reasons why I'm so excited is because she is a Black woman. She's a no-nonsense Black woman. She is, and by the way, thank you guys. Thank you for your kind your kind wishes about me and my family and my dad. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being so kind. It's because she's a Black woman, and Donald Trump has a history of disrespecting Black women. I don't know if you guys remember how he treated April D. Ryan, fantastic journalist. He disrespected her in the Rose Garden during a press conference, and I'll never forget how he spoke to her like he had it like that. And it's just because, she is dignified that she didn't let loose and let him have it, but he had it coming. And Fani Willis is going to let him have it. And Judge Chutkin, Tanya Chutkin, she's the judge in the other case for Jack Smith. And Jack Smith's case is serious. People, we've been saying, all of us have been saying, and the right wingers have been mocking us all along, saying, "Oh, we got him now." But actually, I will say it. I will say the words. We got him now. Now somebody's gonna come and clip that from my show and use it to and try to own me later on. But yeah, go ahead, go nuts, because there's no way. There's absolutely. Wait, let me knock on wood. Because we've said there's no way. We've said that there's no way he gets away from this before, but the circumstances were very, very different. He was in office. He had corrupt people blocking him, giving him cover. Everyone from even Jeff Sessions, who was trying to do the right thing, kind of covered his tracks. But ultimately, Bill Barr became his fixer. Hey, Simon Metcalf, just want to say, Simon, when I see you on this show, I appreciate you, because I know, guys, Simon, it's like where Simon is, he's 6 hours ahead of us. So it's like almost 3:00 in the morning. Wait, oh no, it's like 4:30 in the morning now. Dude, I love you, man. Thank you for attending. Excuse me. So yeah. Oh, and Sandra, thank you very much. Thank you very kindly for that donation. I appreciate you. We've said we got him before, but as I said, these circumstances are very, very different. These are cases that, I could probably prosecute them. I don't have a law degree. I've never gone to law. I haven't spent one day in a law class, but I'm not, and you know what? I'm not even talking about the Alvin Bragg case. You know what? That stuff, the falsified documents, put that shit on hold. Put that on hold, brother. Don't clog up the works, because right now we do have like a logjam. We have a logjam of cases. Misha Oliver, welcome, Misha. There you are. I see you there. Tanya Vav, there she is too. There's a logjam of cases, so I would prefer the least exciting cases, the least viable, the least, serious cases. Put them shits on the back burner. And sorry, Alvin Bragg, but Alvin Bragg could have stepped up and done the right thing a long time ago, and for whatever reason he he dropped it and then he picked it up again. I don't know. It seems that one, if you want to make a case for all these things are political, I don't think they're all political. But maybe if you wanted to make a case for Alvin Bragg's, on the one hand, he does have legit cases to go after Trump for, but it's not like election interference. It's not like oh my God, what's the case that Fannie Willis is prosecuting him on? Oh my God, what's the acronym for this racketeering? Help me out, guys. I need help. Begins with an R. RICO. Thank you. It's Ricola. Yes. She's got him on RICO cases. That's what they use for mobsters. It's very serious. And Jack Smith has boxes and boxes and boxes of evidence against Donald Trump. He's got like 3.1 million pages of emails alone from Secret Service. How are Secret Servicemen sending so many emails? You're supposed to be protecting the president. You're busy sending emails. I gotta pick up my laundry later today. What are you even emailing 3 million pages about? But he's got a boatload of evidence against Donald Trump. So this is motivating me to possibly pick up where I left off on part 2 to The Littlest President. I think I'm in the mood now. I wasn't before in the mood. I was very, you guys were with me throughout this whole process. I was like, I don't know if it's going to happen. I didn't want to start writing a book. And then I put it out and what's this? Donald Trump going to jail. His ass is not going to jail. Nobody's prosecuting him. But now, lo and behold, is not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 cases being prosecuted. And that doesn't even include E. Jean Carroll. E. Jean Carroll. She got some she got her validation. She did get validation, and I think she also got $5 million, and she's going back for another $5 million because the day the case was over, Donald Trump was on TV and doubled down on the defamation. So you got what's coming to you, buddy. Tammy Caston, thank you very kindly for that kind of donation. Where were we? Okay. And here's a good question. Punxsutawney Mo wants to know, why isn't Lady G a part of the Georgia case? That's an excellent question. For those who don't know, Lady G is Lindsey Graham. And that's a good question because, I thought for sure that he should be at least interviewed. He should be investigated and spoken to because it did seem like, hey, your boy Ken is here. What up, my friend? Valerie G is here. Oh, the gang's all here. Samantha Hawkins. The gang's here. Melissa McQueen is here. Look at that. All right. So yeah, Lindsey Graham, he sold his soul. He hitched his wagon to a broken down old mule, and he should suffer. He should suffer because of it. What else? Today we had John Eastman John Eastman. Hang on. Let me just. This music is too much. I actually do like the music, but I feel like I have to yell over it. John Eastman, for those of you who don't know, was Donald Trump's lawyer. And he's not the best, you know. Donald Trump does not uh, have the best of anything. He used to say the um he only hires the best people. We still have yet to see that. He doesn't even pay them. But John Eastman is one of the lawyers, one of his former lawyers, who has been indicted alongside him. 19 people total have been indicted, and John Eastman has to fork over, I believe it's 100 grand, $100,000, and that's serious. I guess it's that serious because as a lawyer, he is considered an officer of the court, um, and he's disgraced himself. He's disgraced himself by playing along with this game, this ruse, this scam, the big lie, the big election lie that the election was stolen. We all know by now, all of us, all of us know that there was no widespread election fraud. They know it. Donald Trump knows it. All of them know it. And more every day, information is coming out and making that clear as day. Roger Stone. Roger Stone is such a clever crook that he dictated his crimes and made sure that somebody was filming it while he was dictating. Isn't that clever? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was captured on video saying, and that's why he lost. He knew. He knew. They all knew. They all knew. Um, that's why Mark Meadows uh, is in deep shit, and he's trying to have this case moved from state uh, from the state to the federal court because he thinks he stands a better chance of catching a better deal, I guess, in federal court. I hope not. I hope not, because he was there. He was part of it. He's trying to come up with some excuse, some lame ass Nazi excuse. Oh, I was just following orders. Man, that shit does not watch. That shit does not wash. You cannot use that anymore. I was just following orders. Everybody's a grown person. You know the difference between right and wrong. And that was wrong. Trying to subvert the will of the people, not just a handful of people, not just like 10 or 20 people. It was millions of people. Millions of people showed up and voted for Joe Biden. 7 million more people agreed that Joe Biden was the guy to get the job done and that Donald Trump was a mess, a disaster. And every day that goes by, we see why we were right to put Joe Biden in office and to ensure that Donald Trump stays as far away from office as possible. He's a complete disaster. This is a guy, he's a grown man, 78, 79, however old he is, who has to be warned by a federal judge not to threaten witnesses. This is a guy who was the former president of the United States being told, like some kind of feral child savage, not to threaten people. Let that sit and percolate in your brain for a minute. This was a guy who had access to the goddamn nukes, the nukes that he wanted to attack hurricanes with. That maniac had access to our nukes. Um, and the scary part is that despite all of his faults, and of his faults there are many, and it's not just I love how right wingers say, oh man, what I wouldn't give for some mean tweets. Nah, brother, nah. If it was just mean tweets, I could deal with that. Just mean tweets. But that's bullshit. That's completely overlooking his whole entire corrupt body of work. That guy is a walking crime machine. It's a walking crime machine. Oh, well, you guys just keep going after, keep looking for stuff. It's not hard to find. It's not hard to find the crimes with that guy, because every time you turn around, he's committed another crime. Most often, in full view of everybody. In full view. Um, but it's disappointing to see people like, excuse me, like John Eastman, for instance. John Eastman, maybe he wasn't a great lawyer, but he was a lawyer. He was somebody who, at one point, people respected. At one point, people took him seriously. But now today, I don't know if you guys saw this. He was on the news, and they were asking him, "Do you think the election was stolen from Donald Trump?" And he said, "Absolutely." Now, dude, what, what, what? Are you trying? Are you like looking for the insanity defense? Is that what you're going for? Because there's no way that you believe the words coming out of your mouth. Nobody believes that shit. Um, let's talk about the debate that's happening tomorrow, because that's going to be yet another room full of people who are terrified to say a harsh word about Donald Trump. Ron DeSantis is the only guy, and Ron DeSantis, boy, I haven't seen um I haven't seen a worse walking disaster since Jeb Bush. Huh? Like, Ron DeSantis is his own worst enemy. At least when Jeb Bush was running, his state wasn't falling apart at the seams. Like Florida, they have I think they have some cases of leprosy. I heard leprosy in Florida, malaria, COVID apparently has made a triumphant return to the Sunshine State. Excuse me, and I cough right on right on cue. Um, he's taken on some ill-advised war with Disney, a war on woke. Come on, what the fuck? What are you doing? What a war on woke. And you listen to him, he sounds like uh it sounds like he just learned that word, and he's in a bet with somebody to see how many times he can use the word woke in a 5-minute time frame. Uh and he's decided that he wants to reframe slavery as something that was possibly beneficial. Since he's saying slavery was beneficial to some people because they learned skills. It's it's insane. That's something that you don't even have to go there, dude. Like, are you trying to peel votes away from yourself? Because if you are, then congratulations, you have won that. Um, Even milk toast Tim Scott had to push back on that. Um, I think he's probably not afraid of losing the black vote, because he's probably rigged the voting maps. He's gerrymandered the maps in Florida to such to an to the nth degree, where black communities or communities of color don't even matter. I think. I could be wrong, but I seem to recall that He redid the maps himself, and nobody was there to push back on him and stop him. So maybe he doesn't even care. But Ron DeSantis is afraid to push back on Trump. In fact, he has like a super PAC that has been advising him, giving him talking points and giving him strategy for how to deal with the topic of Trump during the debate. And some of the talking points were attack Vivek Ramaswamy, attack him. They said hit him like a sledgehammer him, and defend Donald Trump. Like, dude, you were behind Donald Trump by, I don't know, 30 points, 40 points, a lot of points, many, many points. What are you playing for, second place? Do you think that, like, I can't respect that guy. Even if I wasn't a Democrat, let's say I was an independent, I don't necessarily, to be honest with you guys, right? Just because I'm a Democrat doesn't mean that I'm always going to vote only Democrat. Right now, the Republican Party is so batshit insane. I have no choice. I literally have no choice. You know, I might not be excited about everybody that the Democratic Party has to offer, but our folks are sane and they're decent and they're hardworking. And what do? What do Democrats do? They get out there and they push for legislation that makes a difference to hardworking Americans. That's it. That's it. Every time you turn around, there's another bill for, bringing manufacturing back, or, creating more jobs, or infrastructure and climate change and all that shit, putting money back in people's pockets. The student loans thing, I can't believe they blew that one to smithereens, but that one's going to come back to hurt Republicans. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about the debate. Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy is another guy who also will not attack Donald Trump, and he's a bit of a conspiracy theorist. Either he is a conspiracy theorist, or he's figured out that that's a way to bump his numbers up a bit. Right now, he is past Ron DeSantis. In opinion polls, he's doing better than Ron DeSantis. And this is a guy I never heard of before this year. Never heard of him. Hey, Wilbur McCarthy, what's up, my friend? I see you, buddy. Good to see you, pal. Yeah, I never heard of him before, but now he's all about questioning 9/11. Whether 9/11 was an inside job. He's embracing vaccine conspiracy theories, like you name it, he's there. And he also does not want to attack Donald Trump. And the philosophy is, if you attack Donald Trump, you are going to automatically turn 35% of the Republican base against you. So that's it. Everybody's playing for second place, right? Well, everybody except for Chris Christie. I never liked Chris Christie. When Chris Christie first came out, as he was a governor in New Jersey, I saw a few press conferences of his, and he was a bully. He reminded me of kids that I fought, when I was a kid, when I was little, like big burly dude who would get in your face and shove you and use his weight to bully you and pick. And that shit never fazed me. I don't care how big you were. If you were a bully, let's go. Um, but he picked his moments, and he would usually pick a teacher, a woman, a member of the press, somebody that he could tell them to shut up and sit down. And that was like a big applause for him, and he built himself up, you know a reel, like a highlight reel of times when I told that reporter to shut the hell up, and people ate that shit up because they hate the press. um, so I was never really fond of Chris Christie, and then he had that Bridgegate thing where he closed up the bridge to get back at. Damn, why do I remember this? He wanted to get back at the mayor of, I think it was Fort Lee. Fort Lee is the little town right next to the George Washington Bridge. And then he became Donald Trump's errand boy. He went from he went from all powerful governors shutting down bridges and beaches to oh, he did have that moment he he hugged Obama. I think that was probably that was the end for him. That was the hug of death, because New Jersey was hit by Superstorm Sandy. President Obama came by, and in a show of solidarity and nonpartisanship, and let's clean this up together. He hugged Chris Christie, and that was a wrap for Christie. So then all he had left to do was become Donald Trump's McDonald's guy. He would go and fetch Trump burgers and Big Macs and shit like that. But he also helped um, prepare Donald Trump for debate against Joe Biden. So, as recently as 2020, Chris Christie was still actively helping to keep Donald Trump in office another 4 years. So don't try to tell all of us, like, oh, you see the light and blah, 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 blah. Bullshit, dude. Bullshit. You knew he was bad news. We all knew he was bad news. Don't try to play it off like, you've seen the light, and now you want to defeat him. I don't know what his game is. He has no chance of winning. Um, but I like the fact that I still like the fact that he is beating up on Donald Trump. Anybody who's beating up on Trump works for me. I don't have to love him. Just appreciate the fact that he's getting the job. He's doing a necessary uh, service. He's performing that service. Asa Hutchinson is another guy who is kind of never Trump, but very weak, very, very weak. He's trying to be anti-Trump without saying without saying he's anti-Trump. Kind of cowardly. If you're going to be against Trump, call out his name. Hello, Watcher Soko. I'm calling out your name. um, call out his name and say what it is that you dislike about him. Let the audience know. Let the voters know. It's important. The voters right now, Republican voters, are caught in this mass hysteria, I guess. Donald Trump rose to prominence. He rose to power behind the wave of um, pushback on political correctness, which today we now know as wokeness. Wokeness. The wokeness today is what political correctness was when Donald Trump first came on the scene. That was the bit of lightning he caught in a bottle. He caught it. People were, when you talk about political correctness, is what people refer to as woke today. Observing proper use of pronouns. not calling people the N-word is considered woke or politically correct, believe it or not. Not being a fucking asshole, a disrespectful, racist shitbag is woke. is politically correct. So that was how Donald Trump uh, came on the scene, and he rode that wave of resentment and never let go. So when you wonder why people still follow him despite the fact that he's been, impeached twice and indicted 4 times, and he is, personally said a lot of shitty things and done a lot of shitty things in full view of the public. Like, his shitty behavior is not secret. Everybody knows. He's a rapist. He is a rapist, as per the judge. Cannot remember the name of the judge from E. Jean Carroll's trial, but Judge Kaplan. Judge Kaplan said, yeah, um, even though the jury did not call it rape, it is what is commonly known as rape. He just used his finger. Um, but yeah, so they forgive him for all of that shit just because he is anti us. I don't know what it is about not being. And you know what? Maybe there's a bunch of them who had been called racist at one point or another, and they're like they consider themselves we're all part of this club now. I don't know why they call me racist, just because I referred to that Chinese boy as whatever. Or that Spanish kid. I don't want to. I don't want to go there, but there's plenty of people who don't understand that they're racist and don't understand their own racism. But Donald Trump lets them be as racist and as fucked up as they want to be. He gives them permission. And that's why they love him. It's not because of his policies. He didn't build a wall. He said he was going to build a wall. He didn't build a wall. He said Mexico was going to pay for it. They didn't pay for it. He said he was going to do away with the deficit. He didn't do away with the deficit. He raised the deficit. He expanded the deficit. He said infrastructure never happened. He said healthcare in 2 weeks. 2 weeks came and passed. Healthcare never came. He said a lot of things, didn't do any of them. He did give the rich a tax cut. He did that. And he saddled the low and middle class with the bill for that tax cut. That's what he did. Those poor Trump supporters who can barely afford to gas up their RVs, he stuck it to them. So that's why these cowards in the debate are afraid to call him out directly, to make a direct assault on him. There's another guy named Will Hurd. Will Hurd, which I don't know why I like him. It's not because I think he's black, but it's not because of that. Because trust me, I don't like Tim Scott. Tim Scott is black, but he's conservative and he's, against everything I stand for. So no, and Will Hurd probably also is, he's also Republican. He just seems like less of an asshole. He seems more reasonable to me. But Will Hurd is another one who is not afraid to call out Donald Trump. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, he is polling at 0.3%. So he will never, he won't make it. Will not. Trump Reaper wants to know, will Elon Musk ever be taxed? Um, I'm going to say no. No. Here's a sad fact. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, um, both of those parties do cater to the wealthy. They both do. Both do. They do. The Democratic Party just does a much better job at camouflaging it, right? Um, except Kirsten Sinema is not so good at camouflaging her love of rich donors. Yeah. The problem with politics is that there's all this dark money in politics, and once somebody gets into office, once they get in, they immediately have to start raising money for their reelection, and that really takes a lot of time away from legislating, doing that important work of you know being in your seat to cast a vote for a bill that's important. Um, or working with another senator or working with another congressperson to craft a bill that's going to help people in your district. That's the important stuff of politics. But they end up having to spend more time raising money for reelection. Now, those rich donors, they take a lot of that heavy lifting of raising money away, poof, just like that. With the stroke of my pen, I can give you a 1 month reprieve, give you like a month's worth of fundraising just by signing a check. But in exchange, you have to vote against this thing that was going to help 50,000 people in your district. That's the trade-off. That's what happens. And I think they all do it. I want to in my brain. I'm putting Hakeem Jeffries and Katie Porter and Adam Schiff and 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 Jamie Raskin. I'm putting them in like a protective bubble where they are immune from that shit. But they all have to. They all have to raise money. They have to. We can't hate on them for that. We can hate on them for selling us out. We can hate on them for that. We can hate on them for being a sit around, do nothing like uh what's her face? Not Lauren. Marjorie Taylor Greene today. Did you guys hear this? This was crazy. She was in front of a crowd at like a Lincoln Reagan dinner or something, and she's talking to them, and she says, "You know what I just discovered? I just discovered that there's this thing called porn." No, wait. She said Pornhub, and Pornhub, it's a filthy, disgusting. Wait, let me look on my phone. Yeah, filthy and disgusting website, and you know, she's playing it off like she literally just discovered porn today, and this should be illegal. You think Republicans don't like porn? Republicans love porn. Why? Why? Why do you want to hate on porn? Do something. Come on now. She doesn't like. She is like that kid who never does. This is funny. Corn rub. um, she's like the kid who never does their homework and somehow still ends up passing the course because they just bullshit their way, and that's all she's doing. She's just kind of bullshitting her way through her time in office with loud non-issues. If she's not complaining about Pornhub, she's flashing Hunter Biden's junk during a congressional hearing. Um, Boy, and I guess the I was very disappointed that they did not that her district did not elect Marcus Flowers, because I mean, you guys saw I had him on here on the show. He's a great guy, very intelligent, decent guy, and he's not Marjorie Taylor Greene. What more could you ask for? But I think she might be in a safe district. Either that or everybody in that district is dumb as a box of rocks. How could you continue to vote for her unless the only thing that matters to you is owning the libs, right? If that's all that matters to you, then, well, Marjorie Taylor Greene is your pick. Excuse me. Now, the Trump Reaper was asking about Elon Musk, if Elon Musk was ever going to be taxed, and that's how I spun off on this tangent. But I've picked that comment to discuss because I wanted to talk about Twitter. Recently, Elon Musk came out and said he wants to end the use of the block button. He wants to do away with blocking altogether. I was like, come on. You can't be serious, right? I mean, that is like one of the very few things that makes that site bearable, right? He's let all of these neo-Nazis and horrible, horrible, horrible people back on. And not only has he done that, but he is like done something to the algorithm where like 99% of those shitty people are flooding flooding my replies and flooding the replies of progressives and liberals and leftists. you know um it's horrible. So yeah, one of the few things that um makes Twitter, I'm not calling it X, that's so stupid. X. Why would you take a brand that was working and end it? That's so stupid. That's like changing the name of Coca-Cola to Ralph. You know? Sure, Ralph is a fine name, but to replace Coca-Cola, why would you do it? And Twitter was like Coca-Cola of social media. You change it to X. That's stupid. Anyway, doing away with blocking, I think, is stupid. Now, ever since I had oh, that's right, Trump Reaper. Even Cat Turd doesn't like the blocking ending. And so this is funny. You guys, maybe everybody doesn't know who Cat Turd is, but Cat Turd is a Twitter account. He's a guy who uses an icon or a picture of a cat as his avatar. Um, and he's far right idiot. And he's blocked me, so I often can't see what he's tweeting about anyway. Um, but yeah, he has had words with Elon over this blocking thing, and James Woods. Even so, this is like, you guys know that picture? It's like two muscular arms, and they're shaking hands like that, and they both like agreeing. It's like left wing and right wing both dislike the whole blocking thing. Personally, I've been using mute more often than block. Occasionally I will use block. Like, here's when I use block. I use block when I get spam, right? There are certain people that like sir spam a lot, Dr. Stutz. There's a guy who's spamming uh tweets, and he goes by the name of Dr. Stutz. And other people, a crypto. Oh, the crypto bots are everywhere. Every time I post a tweet, there are like 3 or 4 tweets, it replies down at the bottom, you know, I can't believe I invested $300 and look, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, Simon, that was funny. So at the end of the day, Elon blocked both Cat Turd and James Woods, which is kind of hilariously ironic, don't you think, that he wants to do away with the device that enabled him to not see James Woods and Cat Turd's tweets anymore. But now, just so you know, I'll let you know, guys know this. I wouldn't worry too much about block going away, because people have posted screenshots that was like community notes responding to Elon's tweet where he says block will be gone soon, and the community note says he cannot do that. If it would violate the terms of the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. So two of the main places where you can download Twitter from say, if your social media site does not enable people to block abusive accounts, then you're in violation. So there it is. Carol Carson says she never had a Twitter account but loves Threads. I'll be honest, I'm on Threads. I don't do much there. It's very difficult for me to split my attention like that. I'm still spending most of my time on Twitter. Like I've even neglected my Instagram account, and just mostly the time I spend on Twitter, half of it is very it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating because I have to sift through nasty comments. For the most part, the replies to my tweets are now all mostly preemptively muted. So when people are coming at me and saying foul, nasty, vile stuff, I don't see it. You guys will probably see it, because if you haven't already blocked them, just because I mute someone doesn't mean that nobody can see them. It means that I can't see them. But I don't like to block because I don't like giving them the satisfaction. Some people, like, that's they have very little to be proud of in their lives, and so if they can be so annoying that they force me to block them, they wear that as a badge of pride, and then they'll say on their Twitter bio, proudly blocked by Brooklyn Dad Defiant. If that's what it takes to get you up in the morning, I feel sorry for you, son. I feel sorry for you. Simon says he's got accounts on Threads and Spoutable. I've got a Spoutable too. I have a Spoutable. Haven't been there in a minute. And come to think of it, I think Chris, who was also on the show, Chris Boozy, I think he made an app available, and I said I was going to hold out. It was kind of frustrating using his website. Just the user interface was not smooth, but I think I will check out his app. I'll download that and see how that is. Limitless Thinker has a nice comment here. Every once in a while, I do read as many of the replies as my stomach will allow. Sometimes I get sick and I gotta close Twitter and walk away. It's disgusting. Limitless Thinker says you've always been a wonderful person on Twitter. I have a different name on Twitter. You are awesome. Thank you very kindly for to say that. I thank you for that. Simon says the app is available. Yes, for iPhone and Android. Watcher Soko. Watcher Soko says she gets so mad at the trolls replying to my tweets, but she doesn't engage because I said not to. They are horrible. Yes, please do not engage. We used to say, don't feed the trolls. It gives them strength. It does now. Like, in a way, when you just reply to one of them, even if you've got something clever, a clever zing, um, it gives them impressions. It gives them some metrics that they normally would not get. Like, if I'm ignoring them, they get nothing. They get absolutely nothing. Maybe one person will like their tweet at the most. But if I engage with a troll, they will get hundreds of likes, and thousands of views because I've engaged with them. And you guys, a lot of you have already very well established accounts. And your accounts, believe it or not, even if you only have 5 or 10,000 followers, most of you guys have been doing this for a while. So your accounts are quite solid. So um, yeah, don't feed those trolls. Um, Look at that. Melissa McQueen says she doesn't even see me on her feed anymore. And that's the other thing. The other thing that Elon has done was that he's throttled a lot of the progressive, left wing, liberal accounts. He's throttled us. So what are you gonna do? What can you do? Anyway, you guys, I don't know what else to say. I think I covered most of what I wanted to touch on. I will be watching the debate uh, tomorrow night with the interest of somebody driving past a past a car wreck. Um, I don't. It's honestly, it's going to be a little bit boring without Trump there. Trump is uh he has some alternative programming planned. He did an episode of Tucker Carlson's um Twitter internet show or whatever. Um he So yeah, that's where he's going to be. Who knows? He might show up just for the hell of it, but he's got no reason to show up. He's so far in the lead right now, and it's already confirmed that most of the people in that room are going to be, knocking each other down to, like, bend the knee to him first. You know, uh, so with that said, my expectations for this thing are low, but I would like to see, honestly, if Chris Christie is going to drag Trump, I want to see it. Bring it out. Bring out that bazooka, because, dude, if you don't put it down, tomorrow might be the end of Chris Christie's campaign. Carol Carson, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for the kind donation and for the kind words. That's very nice of you to say. Thank you for that. Um, yeah, so I plan on checking out that show, and then the day after, you guys know what's happening the day after the debate, right? The day after the debate, Donald Trump will be surrendering to authorities in Fulton County. I get a thrill out of that. I don't know if there's going to be an actual perp walk. I don't know if that's really going to happen, because the perp walk it involves handcuffs, right? Usually it involves handcuffs behind the back. And they're not going to do that. I'm pretty sure they're not going to do that. Um, but he is going to get fingerprinted. He is going to get mug shotted. And he's going to be weighed and his height measured. I'm that really interested in that because he said that he was 6'3" and 239. So what he'll probably do is wear lifts, you know, to make him to make himself taller. But I don't know how he's gonna fudge the weight thing. I think he's probably gonna be closer to 300. That's my guess. Speaking of weight, Melissa McQueen is asking, "How is my diabetes?" And the diabetes is actually, as far as I can tell, it's doing okay. I do have to go for a checkup soon. But when I first found out that I had the diabetes, I was tipping the scale at 239 pounds, which is the heaviest I've ever been in my entire lifetime. Um, and now I am down to 222. So that's very nice. Lost about 17 pounds. Legit. Yep. And I can thank Wifey for that mostly. She has been preparing very healthy foods for me, and that is helping a great deal. So that's that. Oh, we got bets here. Lulu Girl says 6'1.5". That's very, very specific. 6'1.5", 312 pounds. That damn Alaskan Cindy says 5'11" and 304. That's a good one. I think Lulu Girl is probably closer. I like that. I like that one. 6'1.5", 312. Wilbur McCarthy says 329. He's dyslexic. Oh shit. Fox Hill Dreams is guessing 370. That's a bit much. Could be. Could be. Yeah, 239 for me was bad. And I could tell my back was hurting a lot more than it is now. It does hurt me still, maybe only 2 out of 7 days of the week, but previously it was like 7 days a week waking up in pain. So hey, Aries Wanderer, I see you there, my friend. Welcome, my friend. Let's see. Simon Metcalf says 5'11" and 305. I like that. Yeah. 5'11", Veronica Tello. Oh, a lot of you guys think he's 5'11". I hope they make him take his shoes off. Veronica Tello says 320. Yep. Samantha Hawkins Samantha says 5'10". I can't wait to see this now. This is Thursday. Yeah. Excuse me. And your boy Ken says 6'340", the biggest he's ever been. 6'340". That's a good guess too. I can't wait to see what it is. So yeah, does anybody have any questions for the Brooklyn dad? And meanwhile, I'll put this back up. There we go. Sandra says 310 and 6'2". Nihao Kala. Holy shit. Says 6 foot and 420. No, that's too 420. No, we'd know if it was 420. He'd be wheezing, huffing, and puffing every time he went anywhere. Let's see. Veronica Tella says Trump's an Oompa Loompa, 4 feet, 400 pounds. Final answer. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for joining me for a fun episode of Late Night with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. Simon wants to know if I have a trip to New Zealand planned again anytime soon. No. Not anytime soon. That's that took a long time to save up for. So, God willing, of course, I would love to go back, sooner rather than later, but that's we gotta save up for that one. So yeah, this was interesting. I didn't have my usual graphics up here. I do like to sometimes have the visual aids, but tonight was just about getting my feet wet. It's kind of I was leery about doing this show again because I just been out of it for such a long time, but it's nice having you guys there. And I plan on doing this more often. Yeah, let's start off with once a week, and we'll build out from there. All right, and Veronica Tella. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you for the kind of donation. Scott Samuelson wants to know if I prefer the night shows. And yes, I do actually. I do prefer the night shows. They're a bit more chill. I know I'm missing my friend like Philosophy has complained that it's hard for him to do these night shows. But that damn Alaskan loves the late nights. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Will Trump spend time behind bars? I'm going to say yes, but with a caveat. So I've been looking into this thing, and because he has a Secret Service detail, and they mandatory, he must have that for life. Secret Service cannot be locked up. It's just not right. So likely he would be in a trailer in the facility. He'd be in a trailer. So, I mean, technically, if he's on the premises of a prison and he is not permitted to leave, and he's not permitted to have the same privileges as you or I out here in the world as a regular free citizen, that's behind bars. So yes, trailer trash. Bunch of you jumped on that. Good one. This is a great question from Fox Hill Dreams. Should a felon have Secret Service? Should a felon have Secret Service? This is the first time that this question is a real concern, because we've never had a former president convicted before. You know what? I have to say yes. I have to say yes. Yeah, and it's messed up. But at the end of the day, he still he still was in that office, and so that's one of the trappings that comes with having served as president for 4 years. You get that. That's one of the fringe benefits. You know, I feel bad for them, whoever gets stuck on that detail. That's gonna suck. But yeah, these are some great comments, you guys. LB says no one is above the law. That damn Alaskan says do the crime, do the time. No one's above the law. He compromised that office and his oath. Yeah, I don't understand why. Actually, I do understand. We covered this. Why the Trump supporters can't see, why they think it's all a conspiracy, why they think, this grand conspiracy to steal the election from him and then, I don't know, create. They feel like, this kills me. Like, it's not like he robbed a bank. Oh, so it's only bank robbing. It's only bank robbery and murder. Those are the only two crimes that that a former president should be subject to consequences on, right? Everything else is anything goes. Yeah. Embezzlement is fine. Assault, that's fine. Obstruction of justice, that's fine. Espionage, you okay with that? Espionage, yeah. All that. Election fraud, you okay with that too? All that stuff? Come on now. Come on. All right, you guys. What was my sign off again? Oh yeah. If you have not yet gotten your shot, shame on you. Yeah, get your shot. And earlier tonight, there was a discussion about shingles. And Linda, I hope you get better soon. Linda does not have shingles, but she's experiencing some painful malady, and I hope she's better soon. But anyway, the discussion about the painful thing led to shingles, and I understand as I'm getting older, it is necessary for me to do certain things, like you got to do the colonoscopy more often, and potentially have to get the shingles vaccine. I just hate having to keep track of all these damn vaccines. Oh, and before I forget, please, prayers up for President Jimmy Carter, who his grandson has confirmed he is still himself. He is still Jimmy Carter. He is still former President Jimmy Carter, one of the greatest humans to ever walk the earth. He is still himself, but he has entered the last phase of his life journey. So prayers up for that guy. Republicans seem to think it's an insult to compare someone to President Carter. I disagree. I think it's a compliment. It's a great compliment. So yeah, make sure you get your shot. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. And I look forward to seeing you guys real soon. And I thank you. I thank you for being here. Tell your friends about this show. Let's try to pump these numbers up. Hit the like button if you haven't already hit the like button. If you haven't yet subscribed to the show, hit subscribe and then hit that little bell icon. That'll tell you when I have another show coming up. And if you happen to be just watching the show randomly, clicking through this thing, click that subscribe button. I think it's over there somewhere. Click it. Do it now. um, so that's it, my friends. Um, until next time, I love you all. Peace. Oh. I think I might do that, Scott. And Scott says next week another nighttime show, please, BDD. Thank you, Alaska Cindy. Oh shit! The RSV vaccine is over 400. Jeez, damn, the hell. Lulu girl, thank you for the kind donation. Alaska Cindy says she misses her dancing music. So hold on, let me see if I let's see, let's do all right, you guys, you know what time it is. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You need to leave.